All right, so this is the second part because I got to talk about this DONDA. I mean, I'll do another thing.
All right, welcome everybody to the Gaikokukokujin Podcast. I'm your host Pop, and I got our other host here, Willymane. It's gonna be a quick one.
Oh yeah.
Because I got work
This is
in the
just a
morning. We're in
teaser.
different
This is
time
the
zones.
teaser.
Yeah, but this is just a teaser. So, as we all know, Donda came out, new Kanye West album, and we're gonna talk a little bit about it. Um, so Graham isn't here, and we pretty much know his stance on it with the new quote unquote Kanye. But
I
Will
don't
is
know.
all
I
about
think
it.
his I think his view might change on this one, but you never know. I
But
mean,
go ahead, Will. What do you think about the album?
personally, for somebody who's a diehard Kanye fan and not even trying to be a fanboy or nothing like that, like I will say that Ye wasn't the greatest. What is the other one? Jesus is King. I listened to it. I'm not gonna put no dubs on it. I will say that Life of Pablo was dope. I enjoyed Yeezus for what it was. Um, and this Don Dada album, like I'm actually rocking with it. Not saying that every single song on there was a banger. It's definitely a different take on an album. It took me 2 days to listen to the full thing because I didn't want to just play it in the background and not hear anything. You see my headphones, I had to put these on and like get the full immersed effect. But yeah, like I mean, I lightweight want to say it's an amazing album, like no cap. Like I don't see why it's getting so much hate. I know a lot of the hate that I have seen has been like, oh, Kanye's personal choices, don't care about that. This isn't the old Kanye, and I'm like listening to a couple tracks and I'm like, it's sounding pretty familiar to like some of his old tracks. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Like,
Kane.
uh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm like, I already posted on Instagram and all our other social medias. I'll probably drop another short here, but like, I don't know what people want from a Kanye album. Like at this point, like a lot of people are like, yo, he missed on this album. And I'm like, and the thing is, more people are being negative about it than people who are being positive. Like it seems like everybody who has something to say about how bad and trash it is are the only ones talking. Like,
So
and go ahead.
yeah, yeah. But not to cut you off, but basically, I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. I think people hate on the album one because when the first three albums, College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, all those were when he was hungry, when he was like sheer hip hop, like or quote unquote typical hip hop. But we could all see that Kanye was different. Like he was a really, really good music producer, a really good artist. But then he got married to Kim, and life started happening to him. His style kind of changed, and it's the same kind of continuation where his style constantly changes and changes and changes. But I think Kanye fans will see that even from the beginning, like you could tell that he was different. Like he wasn't the type of person to be like, oh, I'm gonna just play the game like all these other rappers and whatever. Like he was different. And I think a lot of people, their first impression of Kanye, they still have that in the back of their minds. But when they hear Kanye now, with everything that he's gone through, they're like, that's not Kanye. That's not Kanye.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, a lot of people don't like Kanye because of his political leanings and his issues that he has. And it's like, okay, at the end of the day, he's still an individual. He still has his opinions, but his music is still pretty damn good. He's a genius when it comes down to production of music. It's evident in his album. Is it a classic, stereotypical hip hop album? Maybe not, but it's still a pretty good album in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Will.
And that's the thing too, is like a lot of people, like if we talk just back on the last podcast where Graham was like, I didn't even listen to Yeezus. And I'm like, so how did you like nobody, I feel like a lot of people missed his progression into this album. So it's like I
Yeah.
think a lot of people took a chance on Life of Pablo. I didn't hear a lot of feedback on Life of Pablo. I actually thought that was a decent album. I'd have to re-listen to it. I mean, there's definitely a couple songs on there like Wolves and Real Friends, Saint Pablo. Like these are good songs. Like, and for
Mhm.
people who are still like, oh, I want the old Kanye, like he even said in the new album, this is a spoiler, that like you guys want the old Kanye, but like he's not the same dude. Like, you gotta think this man's got 4 kids, he got married, he had like his mom died, he had breakups and relationships and everything like that. He
And
got
then he has a
crucified by
relationship with
them.
God now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He got crucified by the media. I saw on one post they said, "Yo, he's been touring with churches for the last 5 years." So it's like I feel like a lot of people are like they want the old Kanye, but Kanye as a person is evolving and he's gonna keep evolving. He's not gonna be the same person in 10 years. And I feel like a lot of people like don't enjoy the fact that he's not wild and crazy Kanye anymore. Like to a certain extent, with a little bit of his like last couple histories, but I felt like that was like a part of his growth in general. Like, I'm not saying I condone everything that he did. I'm not saying that I agree with everything he did. It's Kanye, so like, I mean, expect the unexpected, to be honest. And
Yeah, for sure.
but personally, the album to me, this thing slaps. Like I'm heavily invested in this. Like, and people are like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to these songs. I'm not gonna do, and I'm like, why? Like, literally every artist comes out and they say when they accept an award, I like to thank God for this. I like to thank my family.
Yeah,
So like Jesus walks, like, come on, bro. Like he was already
exactly.
talking about Jesus, like diamonds are forever, diamonds, Sierra Leone. Like he literally
Yeah,
said, um, the pastor said we need leaders, and right there, my body got stiff like a paraplegic. Like,
yeah,
bro, he's been on that path, and now that he's found the path that he wants, like, no cap, this is the happiest I've seen Kanye West in a long time. Like, remember the old
yes.
memes with Kanye West, where it's like he
He's
would
the
not
old never
smile,
smiling.
bro,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
never smile. That man, if you look at
Now
the
he's
picture he
cheesing.
did, yeah, if you look at the picture he did, I guess he did like an album release party or something like that, where Kim Kardashian showed up and they like recreated their wedding day. That man was cheesing so damn hard. I was like, yo, this ain't the old Kanye, bro. Like, they don't want to see this man
Yeah.
win. And I don't know what it is, but like, I've been through the Kanye phases, like, and everybody's like, yo, you're crazy for being a Kanye fan. You're crazy for being a Kanye fan. And I'm like, what is crazy about it? Like, why wouldn't I want to invest in an artist that I truly believe in and see his progression over the years through the good, through the bad, so that I have something to compare it to? So like people who haven't even listened to like the 3 albums that quote unquote are bad, they haven't listened to the album. So they don't know where he came from. They just, oh, polos and backpacks, polos and backpacks. It's like, bro, that was like years ago, bro. What,
Exactly.
2015? Like, yo, it is 2021. Like, what person do you know is the same as they were in 2015? I'll wait.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Period. Think about any other artist. They're not the same person. Chris Brown, like, Run It, that's not Chris Brown anymore. Like, so, like, bruh, he came from all that stuff. Like, Ray J went through radical stuff. Like, Mr. One Wish, if I had one wish, and then look what he turned into. Like, and this dude was like on, what was it, Brandy? The show. Yeah, like I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I mean, these might not be like the perfect examples, but I'm just saying, like, people change over time. And
Yeah.
I don't think people are accepting of Kanye changing over time. Maybe it's this whole cancel culture and everything like that. But I'm a firm believer that people can change. So truthfully, I'm bumping this album. Like,
Also, another thing, just to put a quick aspect, because I need to go to sleep, Will.
yeah,
But
nah, you good.
I think if you dig deep into some of the intricacies of why I think they don't like Kanye, is one, I think Black people on a whole still kind of, I guess, call people weird or look at you weird if you kind of go against the grain of what is stereotypically Black. Because
Yeah.
Kanye kind of comes off as that because he doesn't, because some of his music isn't like, stereotypical
Oh,
hip
yeah,
hop.
for damn sure. Like the beats.
And he's eccentric, and he, like, Kanye does all some off the wall stuff. And then on top of that, he supported Donald Trump. So it's like, like a lot of Black people are not going to be vibe rocking with him like that because they think he's crazy. It's like, oh, you were a Trump fan, so we're gonna cancel you. And it's like,
Yeah.
I
And
think
that's
that's what I think. Yeah,
the big thing with the cancel culture, bro, is like it's imaginary, bro. Like I get like if you cancel somebody, like what does that really mean? Like I just don't believe in that, like to a certain extent, because it's just like, okay, so you can just get on people's posts and just put negative stuff and be like, okay, we're not gonna like your stuff on Twitter and all this other stuff. But it's like Kanye is so much bigger than that. And it's just like, I mean, not saying like Kanye can just do whatever he wants, but it's just like no matter what, if I'm a Kanye fan, I'm gonna find a way to get his content, even if you're blackballing it or blacklisting it on Twitter or whatever platform you're on. You can't get in my Google Play, like period. Like so, like that's why to me, like cancel culture is like imaginary because it's just something that people are saying. People who like have this opinion or just canceling. And the thing is, it is if you think about like people are like, oh, Kanye's in the cult and all this other stuff. Like, what is this cancel culture stuff? Like, it's literally a collective of people who are like, yeah, we're gonna agree to be like, we need to cancel these people. They need to be like done away with. But like, what is that
yeah,
really doing? What is that really doing? Because
nothing really.
it's just a waste of time in my eyes. That I mean, a lot of people aren't going to agree that Kanye West's album was good, and that's fine. That's your own opinion. That's your own views. Um, but like, let the people who want to enjoy it enjoy it. Like, you don't need to dog on somebody when they're like, "Oh man, Kanye West's album was dope. I like Hurricane," and then you get in the comment box, it's like that album's trash. This isn't the old Kanye, but like that's all I see is negativity, and I'm just like, bro, you really it's triggering you that much that somebody's enjoying this album. And it's just like, bro, it's not that serious. Like personally, I'm a smile when I see stuff like that. But like uh just based off the comments that I'm seeing, it's just like those people are more radical than anything. Like some dude was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
half the industry isn't enjoying it. I'm like, who is half the industry? Like I was like, literally almost every artist in the industry was on this damn album. So it's
Pretty much. Yeah.
like who isn't liking it, bro? Like I'm like, yo, Jay-Z was on there, Travis Scott was on there, Don what is it, Don Over.
The baby, weekend, Lil Baby.
Yeah, Don Toliver. But there's a bunch of people on this album, and I'm just like, and then like I'm not even trying to spoil it, but so I did listen to it till I got to Hell on Earth or Hell in Heaven. And I was thinking, I was like, yo, what makes an album good? And I thought about it and I thought about it. And then I was like, album's good when you like really feel it and you're just like, bam, this is hidden. And then I heard Heaven and Hell after that. And then it went into Donda, where it's his mom talking and everything. And I was like, that was like my turning point because I was like, I was at the point where I was like, bruh, this is an intense album. Like this is 27
Mm-hmm.
tracks. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the end. And then before I knew it, I was at the end and I was like, this shit kind of went like this is going.
That
So
reminds me, I need to finish up the album. I think I stopped at like Hurricane,
yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
so
Then you got
far I'm enjoying it.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying too. And that's the thing is like I was enjoying it from like on the off the grid, like bruh, off the grid. And that's the thing I like about Kanye is like his beats aren't like every other rap beat. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
different, bro. Like he's a producer. If you really mess with music and you listen to his beats, like they're off the wall, they're crazy. Like, and that's truthfully why I fell in love with Kanye. Not like that, but like fell in love with
Pause.
Kanye. No. But like fell in love with Kanye's music. I never really even saw Kanye as a person, and like I've really just connected to his music, like and his beats and everything like that. Because like you said, he was a producer, and I was just
Yeah.
like, yo, these beats slap. And that was the thing, like his first three albums, like all the beats were somewhat different in a certain aspect, and you could see that he really got into his beats, like they were so far in between what everybody else was doing that it was just like, yo,
Yeah.
this is kind of amazing. And I think maybe that's why I enjoyed Life of Pablo, that maybe that's why I enjoyed Yeezus, because no matter what, his features fire. No matter what, who's ever on the album, like the beats fire. And that's the thing, like you think about like rock albums, like think about Kid Cudi, I'm in a Pursuit of Happiness, or Pursuit of Happiness, where he had like guitar solos, like all these other musicians. Yeah, musician. I can't even say it anymore. It's one of them. Yeah. Like, bro, but magicians. All right, bet. But they all like have their own unique ways of putting out music, and like half of these rock albums don't even have singing. Like it's literally the beat. So it's like, why can't Kanye do that? Like, why can't he like think about like Motown and all these other older generations that just literally like it didn't matter what they were saying as long as the beat was slapping. Like I do think it's not just a regular rap album. And the thing is, like, I think a lot of people are just like, well, I can't bump this. And he's talking about Jesus is king and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, you're just gonna have to bump it. Like, oh, the homies might hear that like Kanye's talking about like God and all this other stuff. And it's like, and that's the thing is like what Jesus is Lord or Jesus Lord was like, arguably people were saying like that's the best song on the track. And then Jesus Lord 2 because it had the locks and everything like that. So it's like, and truthfully, there's a spoiler at the end of those. So it's like, I mean, the first one's 8 minutes and 59 seconds, and then the second one's 11 minutes and 31 seconds. So it's an album that you have to like invest in. But
for sure.
That's what I gotta say. I mean, we'll definitely talk about it more once Graham gets on here and I like get some more listens, and then I'll be able to compare his old music. Like I'm deep diving into this, like, but yeah, I know you gotta.
So what that means for you guys is that you need to subscribe, tell your friends.
Yeah.
We're gonna go deeper into this when Graham comes back in, but that's all we have for this video right now, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Well, make sure you like and subscribe, please. Share it to your friends, share it to your family. Sure. I hate to be that guy that asks for it, but y'all ain't been subbing. Like, I'm gonna have to start running some pockets. I'm gonna have to start sending me some DMs. I'm not even capping right now. I'm gonna come find people. Y'all gonna come sub, not like that. But I appreciate the people who have sub, and I definitely want to share the message that we're trying to put out there to more people. So even if you don't like it, somebody else might enjoy it. Somebody else might have some feedback. And truthfully, we just want to talk to people. So yeah, I gotta let Pop go to bed. I'm holding him hostage here. You know, this man got I'm about to go to sleep phase, like I feel it coming phase. So all right, we'll holler at y'all later.